I usually don't make a video 2 days in a row about the same topic. Yeah, yesterday I talked about Ubisoft, but actually a lot has happened in the past 24 hours regarding Ubisoft that I just have to talk about it. Now, to bring you up to speed, yesterday I talked about how Ubisoft pulled out of something called the Tokyo Games Show. That is actually supposed to be happening tomorrow, I believe. That was a big event that showed off a lot of, I believe, games and a lot of electronic stuff, and obviously, as the name suggests, it takes place in Tokyo. So the big thing was that Ubisoft was going to be there and show off the new Assassin's Creed Shadows, because that game takes place in Japan. But they announced yesterday they were pulling out of that. And it was also revealed yesterday that they were canceling press previews for the game. So overall, it was not sounding good for Assassin's Creed Shadows. A lot of people, including myself, kind of theorized that maybe this game's release is going to get pushed back. Well, it turns out that is actually exactly what happened. So yeah, like I said, a lot has happened just today with Ubisoft. Basically, there was a big Ubisoft financial statement that was released today, and in this was a lot of different content, a lot of different stuff they were saying. Now, first and foremost, Assassin's Creed Shadows is being delayed 4 months. It's not coming out in November of this year. It's now going to be February 2025, which that by itself I think is a very big deal. I don't think it's common at all for a big AAA game such as this to get a pushback on its release date this close to launch date. I mean, it was less than 2 months away. So that by itself shows that things have not been good at Ubisoft, but this kind of put it in black and white. Yeah, Ubisoft is definitely struggling and they are wanting to directly address this. So in this financial statement, they said that the Ubisoft Executive Committee and the Board of Directors have launched an internal investigation basically into their own company and basically kind of figure out, where they're falling short, where they're struggling, what they can do better. That's huge because obviously if the release date for Assassin's Creed being pushed back wasn't big enough, yeah, a company as big as Ubisoft just flat out admitting that they are going to do a complete top-down internal investigation on themselves, yeah, that definitely says a lot on, how they're doing. And actually, they even kind of addressed some of the recent criticisms they've had. They said that Ubisoft is a company that just wants to make fun games, and that they are in no way trying to, have any sort of agenda. This was very likely in reference to the pushback on Assassin's Creed Shadows. A lot of different things in that game were criticized for being, anything from pandering to cultural appropriation. Now, they also brought up Star Wars Outlaws as well. They acknowledged that Star Wars Outlaws, having now been released for almost a month, has underperformed for them, which that by itself shouldn't really be too much of a surprise. We've actually heard this recently, how the projected numbers for that game significantly decreased after the first day or two of its release. Now, kind of on a positive note though, they did say that they had a genuine plan to improve Star Wars Outlaws now post-game, and they also said that they still feel that Assassin's Creed Shadows can still sell very well. This is of course despite the release date pushback. Yeah, a lot has definitely happened here, a lot has been announced, and while Assassin's Creed Shadows being pushed back is definitely huge, I think the big thing here, the big picture thing is Ubisoft's investigation on themselves. I mean, I'm kind of chuckling at it, but at the same time, hey, props to them for actually being, self-aware and genuinely wanting to actually make a difference, seeing that there is actually a problem and not being okay with it. I gotta give them respect for that. I am very interested to see what kind of changes they can make to this Assassin's Creed game within the next 6 months now. But I think I'm even more interested in this whole, Ubisoft review of their own company. What is this going to end up bringing to the company in terms of change? How is this going to change them? Hopefully it will be for the better.